March 25th, and I just found one of the most amazing things right now. Are you at home? Are you sick of and tired and bored of being quarantined? You're like, why can I not go outside? Like, is this virus really bad? And it's the invisible killer. What are we gonna do, right? We don't know where it is. Well, turns out it's not totally invisible. It's made up of it's made up of chemical elements, and we've modeled it. We, as in human beings, not me, but some really smart people at the University of Washington. They built this game called Fold It. And what you're looking at right now is their model, this gray thing down here, not what I'm pressing, but this gray thing down here, this thing is the spike protein, it's called, which is on the edge of the virus. You know, the virus is a big spiky ball. Imagine below below this area here, there was attached to a big inflatable balloon that had a bunch of these little spikes on the end of it all around this huge balloon. And these things that are in gray, all this stuff right around here, this stuff is there, and it's attacking our lungs and attacking our lung cells and getting inside of them and multiplying and destroying our lungs. It's this weird shape. It's not really a shape you can understand. Now, what else is going on? Well, there's other things that are going on in this image. It's being rotated. There's something that people have already been working on over the last several months as we've been exploring this new virus. It's this thing being this whoops, I made a bad thing happen here. I'm in the game Fold It, by the way. These people are geniuses. Go to their site. Go to foldit.com or Fold It, search it, protein folder. You can work on getting your life back to normal and getting a cure to the coronavirus, because if you can build a helix structure or a protein, if you can make a protein, and this is one way that you can simulate that in a 3D type environment, if you can get one to bond to this gray thing down here in such a way, this complex structure here, you can create something and move things around, which I'm terrible at right now because I'm just learning how to use it, and I am dumber than a box of rocks. I can't figure out how to move stuff. I watched the tutorials but screwed them up. I'm working on it. But you have all these different options and degrees of freedom, as it's called, as I believe it's referred to move things around. And what the ingenuity like that was used to create this and what this is actually doing is it's modeling this 3D environment where proteins down at the molecular level actually bond or repel each other based on their states and based on their charges and based on their pH level and based on the order that they're created in the genome. That's where this stuff comes in that I've been working on. I was trying to figure out, well, how does this stuff turn into a 3D image? Well, these geniuses at Foldit already have this working structure, and now they're already to the point where you can manipulate a simulated item that you come up with. You're basically creating your own new protein string, and the protein string essentially is this order of nucleotides. Like, I'm looking at what I think is the spike protein in the genome of the Wuhan strain of this virus. And you can look at like the amino acid chains and the order in which they come out. And what they've done in Foldit is as you have these in order and where they pop out is they create the protein structure, which is this twirly helix. These things and all these things poking off of them are signs of different amino acids, either ACs, T's and G's, and their combination of amino acid poking out here with hydrogen bonds and stuff. This is just fantastic. Everyone who's bored and wants to get out of this quarantine should go to the site and start messing around with this, because some humans are going to be really to take to this right away and not even understand the chemistry or the relationships, but understand the putting of things together. And it's the ultimate biological Rubik's Cube right now. You're going to want to get rid of these red things by creating you're creating like a lock for a key. Like the spike protein on the virus is spiky and it floats around, and when it finds something that fits perfectly, it rests and then goes into the cell. It bonds to something that fits perfectly called the ACE2 receptor on our cells, which is clearly, normally our cells like to have something that's in that shape, which is why it is that shape. Well, through the advent of these types of simulated folding software programs, because we know the exact shape of this receptor somehow, because we have the code of what this gray stuff is here, they don't let you change it. And I'd like to know what the actual genetic code is that they're using that created this crazy structure. I wish I could move all this out of the way to show you just what I'm gonna screw everything up. I'm gonna break the protein. This thing that I'm moving around is only things you're creating. The raw protein which we're actually working with is the gray thing. This thing that it looks like. I remember these old playgrounds we used to have that were like pentagon shaped, but a circle. It's a big, huge dome circle, and they were like pentagon shapes that you could crawl through them. It kind of looks like when you flip it around like this. If I can learn how to do that, you put it up like that. It reminds me a little bit of that. It's this, it's all this right here. And it's, you can see it's super complicated. It kind of has like a two-pronged approach to it. I don't know which amino, and then there's some protective coating of it right there. Like this is kind of like probably a hydrophobic shield sheet or some sort. So like I guess this receptor protects itself or something and then really lodges into stuff that's shaped like this, whatever this means. And this is a chain of amino acids that have certain hydrogen bonds kicking off of them. And it's really fascinating to see that this shape actually means something coming off of the virus, and we're going to create an antidote to it to block it and bond to it, which these people are testing right now, I believe. They're testing like 99 options that people like you and me just built. And you know, you started building this thing and moving it around and changing its bonds and doing stuff to here, and I'm probably breaking it. But uh, we should all go and learn this right now. So, I mean, I'm 7.5 minutes. I just think that if you're bored and you want to try to save the world, go to Fold It and and try to create something that bonds to this receptor. Because then all we have to do is take in a lot of this molecule that we're going to create, put it through our blood or breathe it through an inhaler if it's not corrosive on other parts of our bodies, so that all the free floating viral particles bond to this thing that we're creating. And you can synthetically create these proteins now and synthetically run DNA and multiply it through yeast and stuff. So whatever ends up being this correct shape, which someone's going to find or someone's going to write a computer program to find, will eventually stop this protein and get us all back to work and just bond to this thing so this virus won't spread and linger in our lungs for so long. I think that would be a great treatment option. So go to Fold It, and it's fascinating.